Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you've probably already seen, we're going to be checking out Ren with a song called Dominoes. It's been recommended a few times and the most recent comment said you need to check this one out, but just be aware if you've got children of a certain age. I have a daughter that is 11, coming up 12 in a few months, and I have a son that is 9, 9.5. So I'm interested to see what this message is going to be portraying in this song. I mean, dominoes could be the whole sort of domino effect when one part falls, everything else goes with it, or it takes everything else with it. That's the only sort of thing I can think of, knowing Ren with his meanings in songs. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and we'll get straight into this video.
Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurity. In the kingdom of
I like that. My smile shows all my insecurities, but the smile, obviously, when you do you put on a fake big smile, and it looks fake, but you're showing your teeth, you're baring your teeth with that. So that's a clever wordplay that he's done with that.
my insecurity. In the kingdom of Photoshop, kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
Now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. But so you've got the broke in the monetary sense, but you've also got broken as in physically and mentally broken down, and the ways to build yourself back up and feel right again are what meant for your mental state. It could be paying for therapy, and for people who are insecure about their looks, it's like almost like surgery that people are wanting to do, and like fillers in the face and things like that. So little double meaning on that one. It's quite a deep song, really, this.
In ourselves, and now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Araya was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorise fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly. So Araya stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Araya felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood, 'cause she never felt enough. She never...
Wow. Yeah, this has taken a darker turn than I was expecting. It's important when you've got children of a certain age to make sure that they are feeling okay and they're not just putting on the face for you like they are with everybody else. They need to be able to feel like they can talk to you. We are currently going through, my daughter suffers with quite serious insecurities and mental health like aspects where she feels like she can do no right. She always feels like she's not good enough and doesn't belong here, which as a parent is it's heartbreaking to hear that. It really is. We are trying to go through the system to get referrals to, for some sort of specialists to actually have a chat and equally get some advice, because we've never dealt with anything like this before. And they do say that that there are more pressures, or it usually affects the females with their hormones a little bit more than males at that age, with obviously the transitioning stages coming into teens and whatnot. But it's a scary time when you're hearing your children sort of ponder whether or not they belong here or not. It really is it really is heartbreaking. And so anyone with kids of a certain age, just always make sure that they're all right. Even if they say they're all right, just doubly make sure, because I'd rather be the parent that asks to the point of annoying their children than doesn't ask enough. Yeah, this is quite a hard-hitting song, to be honest, with the lyrics. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as serious as what Ren's talking about with obviously the self-harm or not eating because of looks or anything. It hasn't got to that. It's just lacking self-worth at the moment, and feeling like they're out of place and don't actually belong or deserve to be here, which is something completely different in itself. But yeah, we'll get straight back into this song.
Beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood, cause she never felt enough, she never felt enough. Your sellers told this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly, it's lunacy, and not even a community.
Sorry, I like that. When he's on about the TV shows and competitions and things like that always being... I remember when I was a little younger, when like the Pop Idol and American Idols and like the X Factor had first started, and it was like always it was always, yeah, you sound great, you look great. That shouldn't be a thing, which is why I liked when they brought the voice out, for example, in the singing competitions, where they couldn't actually see the artists performing before they went, and it was purely just done on the voice rather than the looks, because some people will put them through knowing that their looks could carry them a bit if their voice wasn't quite up to the standard. So I like that. And then he's on about the people starting to look like plasticine, moulded like a factory, like when you mould plasticine. That's what I was actually getting to on that one. But yeah, it's a very deep song, this.
Pussy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly, it's lunacy, and not even a community. Cause insecurity breeds judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied made for genetics. And I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck? Sort of culture do we live in when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling like dominoes.
Wow, I mean, you could hear the emotion all the way through that in Ren's voice. Sorry I didn't comment on that sooner. It was just that the message of that one really does currently hit home for me and my wife with everything. So yeah, let me know what you thought down below. This is probably the deepest song that I've actually been able to connect to in a way with going through something that he's actually talking about at the moment. So yeah, thank you for recommending that one. Although it was a very hard listen, it's needed, and it needs to be spoken about. Otherwise, if things go unsaid, then they'll just turn to regrets over time. Don't let it be, I wish I'd have said that. Just say it in the now, in the moment, and hopefully, get things dealt with before it's too late. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye.